Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so Saggies, we're going to go ahead and get into a more specific message, but I will mention I did this for each zodiac, so I'm going to read you guys yours. So before I started these, I actually sat down and started doing this yesterday. I just wanted to go with any details that popped into my head at random. So for Sag, I pictured somebody whose phone was like freezing or needed to be like rebooted. Could have also been like a computer screen, but I saw phone first, just things working slowly. And it's like, okay, turn it on, turn it off, and turn it back on again. Then I saw somebody caught in traffic. So again, like things getting bogged down. It's like, oh man. And then somebody got like the wrong order. And it might very specifically seems like it was a wrong pizza order. But it could have been, something comes and it's the wrong order completely. Like they ordered something, online, and what shows up is like, that is not at all what it was supposed to look like, or that it's, totally the wrong item. But all of this seemed like it ended up because I saw all of those things in a row. And then the next part is I saw somebody who was like unexpectedly like wandering around in a place they were unfamiliar with and finding like this terrific park and this terrific like day. They had this awesome day that was unexpected. And I'm just wondering if there's a message in here about like when certain details that we were expecting go wrong, or let's say we do get the wrong pizza order, but then we discover like, wow, this is actually better. I wouldn't have tried this before. It feels like when being caught in traffic, maybe I'm in side of town I wouldn't have expected to be on, or, things change the flow of my day and it turns out better. Then I pictured a stuffed animal that's important to somebody. Like, even as an adult, sometimes we still have a stuffed animal or something that we keep, or maybe this is like a child's, like our kid's favorite stuffed animal. Specifically, it looked like it was a bunny, but it was pretty tattered. It may not have been a bunny. It might have just been, something where it's so tattered you wouldn't know what the little animal is anymore. But it was definitely a stuffed animal. And then I had somebody who was about to receive a gift, and I felt like it was Sag going to be receiving some unexpected gift. It seemed like it was going to be something like left for them and they wouldn't see the person who was giving it to them. This could be a gift of money that comes in the mail, a loved one, a family member, somebody who sends like a card that has a gift in it. Maybe it's a gift card, maybe it's like, whatever, $5 coffee card. But it was some kind of a gift and it was just like, oh my God, what a nice surprise. And then last but not least, I saw somebody that was just totally like burritoing up in like a blankie or something and just binge watching something, or couch rotting as they say. It was just like a really peaceful, really kind of relaxed time frame that like Sag was going to give to themselves. It kind of felt, honestly, all of it felt good. Even the frustrations of things being bogged down still seemed like it worked good. Like a whole day is actually going to be good, or maybe the next week is going to be good. We've got a 9 of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Death card sideways. Definitely says somebody who says, I have not been happy in a while. So if something's going to get good, awesome. Please let that happen. Now, maybe this is the entire rest of the year of the snake that's going to get good. It could be that our character will start to see things that they didn't see previously, things that were right there for them that they didn't know. I'm picturing right now, sorry, this is weird, but somebody who's like, they didn't know that like their favorite author or artist had actually done a whole lot more stuff, and they're like, oh my God, now that I found this, there's so much more of a story to listen to, or there's so much more to collect, or something like that. Or it could be, it just feels like there's something that was already there that our character, they weren't seeing it until now. I mean, maybe with that binge watching thing, it's like, oh my God, what do you mean? There's 8 seasons? Oh, I can't wait. It feels like somebody is kind of starting to say, oh, this is exciting. This is better than what I had hoped for. I didn't see this before as an option. And yet we have the third eye possibly getting more attuned. Somebody could have really great teeth, or they're getting some dental work done, and it's going to just totally make them very confident about their smile. I feel like Sag should already be confident about their smile, because you know what? A smile is a beautiful thing. I know some people are like really hooked on like, oh, somebody has to have nice teeth. I've never understood that. I've never in my life looked at anybody's teeth and was like, oh, that's a 5, or oh, they're a 7, or I don't understand that. I've never known why some people are so focused on teeth, but that's just me. I would say Any person that has a smile, that's immediately a beautiful thing. I could care less what somebody's teeth look like. So I don't know if that's just a changing perception also, where it's like, yeah, why did I ever have a hang up about that? Nobody cares about that. Or, the few people who said it just made it like be this viral idea that everybody cares about teeth. I don't know. But it feels like there's this change in perception. If Sag themselves was feeling unhappy about some aspect of their, personal appearance, I think that they're going to start looking at themselves as a more beautiful person. And I think that that's huge and really important. Self-acceptance and changing our mindset and loving ourselves and knowing that we always should have felt better about ourselves. I think that's a really nice shift to see here. But it could also be somebody is looking at Sag with these eyes, and maybe Sag couldn't admit it before, but it's like they're attracted to me and I've been ignoring it. I say that because we have an Ace of Wands. This is somebody who is very clearly turned on by Sag, and maybe Sag was like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. If they didn't feel, it's really hard to think other people would find us sexy if we don't find ourselves sexy. I could understand how we have to first make that change in our own like vision before we could imagine that the signs somebody is clearly projecting. And as you can see, we have all these rays of the sun. Honestly, the sun is masculine energy. The wand is also masculine energy. Somebody could be Italian. I'm just looking at the olive branch, and it makes me think of olive oil, and it makes me think of Greece and Italy, and but maybe somebody has, they love olives, black olives specifically. Remember that pizza comment I made earlier? Maybe somebody, not all olives taste the same either. Like I love certain olives and I do not care for others. But I'm almost thinking that with that masculine energy, this could be that more than one person thinks Sag is really hot. Sag could be very attractive to all masculines, or it doesn't matter what gender we're talking about, but I almost think Sag gets flirted with a lot more than what they've ever admitted to themselves. But there's one person in particular that has clearly been turned on by Sag, and I don't know, maybe they need to offer Sag a an olive branch, like, Sag, could we please not fight anymore? And I'm wondering if Sag would not have admitted to themselves that that's what this person was trying to do. We have the Three of Pentacles sideways. I think Sag took some kind of an insult and then extrapolated that and said, oh, this person doesn't like me, they think I'm ugly, blah, blah, blah. And none of that was ever true. This, whomever this is, thinks Sag is hot as hot can be. We can see that. But Sag had to see themselves that way or acknowledge it. This is somebody who they want to work with Sag, or they want to work with Sag again, maybe I should say. Action of Swords. This does seem to come in pretty swiftly. Like whomever this is, they could suddenly blurt something out. They could suddenly send a message. They could suddenly reach out to Sagittarius. And instead of Sag blowing this off, they should be able to read it for what it actually is. This person is trying to tell me that they want me back, that they want to heal things with me, that they're attracted to me. Am I attracted to them? Do I want this? We do have the Two of Wands. Now, I will say this. If Sag had convinced themselves, like, yeah, right, this is a person who didn't know if they wanted me before, but oh, now I'm also hot and sexy, but what, before they were on the fence about me? Look, I could totally see if Sag feels that way about somebody, they might say, I don't think, no, I could see why Sag would be like, I'm not sure that I'm interested in somebody who only just now figured this out. But it could also be that Sag needs to remind themselves that ultimately they pick. They get to pick. They're not stuck waiting on someone to pick them. They get to pick who and what they want. So this is kind of we have the Ankh. We have two of them here. We have the Lover's card. Look, Sag does not need to take back any exes, even an ex who is nuts about Sag. If Sag didn't like the way they were treated before, this is a great reminder that Sag gets to pick who and what they want moving forward. Sag could have a real love of all things Egyptian. I'm picturing somebody who has like a lunar or moon cycle like tattoo as well. The Egyptians were really great at, mapping out celestial things as well. There's lots of like mythology and such as well from the Egyptian cultures. And I'm just wondering if, I don't know, I'm picturing like I think that this Sag has a connection to the cosmos, has a connection to, and like I say, maybe they have like a favorite mythological god or goddess, and it could be like Horus, like maybe they have a tattoo of the eye of Horus, or maybe they, that's the Egyptian god of, like protection. He's the son of Isis and Osiris. But I'm almost getting, and he was a falcon-headed god, and we do have bird wings here. So I keep thinking that first off, Aquarius is protected, but somebody wants Aquarius back, and Aquarius is going to be able to recognize that and see that. This is somebody who's trying to show me that they want to work with me again. But did they just now figure that out? Did they always know I was attractive, but they just now are ready to work with me? And at this point, does it please me or not? Because there's other fish in the sea. Do I want to move toward them? This gives Sag all the power back, but they should have always felt like I don't need to choose, or I don't need to let somebody choose me. I'm supposed to be choosing also. It's the same way I always feel about going into a job interview. The thing that always helps me manage my nerves is like, yeah, but I'm interviewing them too. Do I want to give them my energy? Is what they're offering me for my time and the hours and hours and hours of my life that I would be dedicating and the amount of energy I'll give them, will I want to work for them? Are they offering me something that feels nice? Do I like the environment? Do I like the ambiance? Do I like the way they talk to me? Do I like what the job entails? I'm interviewing them to make sure that, because I'm going to do a damn good job. I know what I'm bringing to the table. So do I want to give all of my energy and dedication and much of my life to working for a company? I got to make sure that this feels right for me. And that puts me in the position of knowing my worth. And that gives me the comfort zone to say, I'm not nervous and hoping that I'll answer right and hoping that they'll want me. This is an equal negotiation. We got to figure out if we'd work well together. I'm not a peon coming in with nothing and hoping that, Big Papa, Big Mama will give me crumbs. Hell no. I'm bringing something to the table, and we got to make sure that we'd be good together. Is in any business negotiation, both parties hold power. And I just feel like that's a better way to look at the relationship aspect here for Sag. Like, I'm negotiating for my future. Do I want this person? There are many people that I could be attracted to and that are attracted to me. Do they have enough to entice me to want to be with them? Particularly if this is a person who didn't figure out until now. But again, part of this could be that Sag themselves also had to come to this conclusion. I got a lot to offer. I'm hot. Do I want to give to someone? Does someone want to give to me? Let's make sure we're on equal negotiating terms. 7 of Cups. I actually love all of the choice that we see. All 3 of these cards are cards of choice. And that is, I think that this is what Sag needed to change in their mindset. There's a lot of lovers to pick from. There's a lot of possibly right connections that I could choose in my life, but I have to choose the one that's best for me at this point in time. I don't know that Sag is going to say yes to a partner who clearly is very interested in them and wants to offer the olive branch of peace and see, will you collaborate with me again all of a sudden out of the blue? Because this does feel like somebody comes in out of the blue, clear blue sky kind of thing. All of a sudden, can I have you back? And I think it's better for Sag to be in the mindset, let me think about this. Do I want this back? Would this be who I could picture in my future? Or do I picture somebody totally different in my future? It feels like Sag doesn't have to be afraid of anything. They don't have to be shy or afraid. Octopus are really like shy creatures, very intelligent as well, but can tuck themselves away. And I almost think that if Sag feels like, I don't know if I would trust this person again, then there's probably no reason to bring this person back in, is what I would say that's about. Like, I want a partner that I don't have to worry or feel like sometimes I don't know if I can trust them. I don't want to set myself up for that. I'm too damn good to set myself up for that. I feel like somebody may have bell jars. They might go to a pastry shop or something that has like pastries under a bell jar, but I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys